Hi everyone, today we're going to learn how to deal with distraction. Are you darting around here and there like a raccoon on crystal meth? Do you have so many things to do that you don't even know what to do in any particular moment? I've got a few suggestions that can help you as long as you don't have two cats. How do I know all about distraction? I homeschooled my three kids all the way through high school. This may have worked out really well for me because if I didn't do that, I would have had to have gotten a job. And I'm too distracted to do that. Distraction works really well when you're homeschooling because one minute somebody's trying to carve something with a knife, like a watermelon or the counter. And next thing you know, you're mummifying a chicken. Or not, I still feel like I should mummify a chicken at any moment, which may mean I have ADHD, maybe not. But regardless, I figure I've got enough qualification under my belt to at least tell you the handful of ways in which I get distracted and what I do about it. Point 1, check your nervous system. We're too easy to blame ourselves for getting distracted, and we view it like a personal shortcoming or an identity. But really, we might just be agitated. There might be so much going on that our nervous system is just too elevated to be able to relax. So calm yourself. Ask yourself if that's the problem. There's a whole handful of things you can do. A particularly useful one is box breathing, where you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, and so on, a handful of times until you feel relaxed. Conversely, it could also be that your body is craving stimulation. If you've been hyper-focused on something, if you've been reading for hours and you're finding yourself having difficulty focusing, it could be that you need to move. You need to do something. You need to give your body the stimulation that an actual human body needs. Point 3, check your expectations. Especially if we're prone to hyper-focusing, we tend to have the expectation that we're going to do so much, that we're going to jump in one rabbit hole and out another, read all 3 books on the subject that we want to read, paint the Sistine Chapel. You kind of get where I'm going. But that's not realistic, especially if you're distracted. Try and reframe your efforts into what's the minimum amount that you could do and be satisfied. Maybe it's read 3 pages. Maybe it's paint 1 butterfly. You don't need to do everything in order to feel successful. You just need to do enough. The 4th point is to look at the struggle differently. I used to think that there was something wrong with me because I had 30 books that I wanted to read, piles of art supplies, so many things I wanted to do and not enough time to do them. And so I ended up feeling like crap because I wasn't doing all of this stuff. And it took me, it was some kind of assessment for one of those, what season are you types of things, where I discovered that I'm a summer, and summers are abundant. You always have too many freaking zucchini, more zucchini than you could possibly eat. And in the summer, that's called abundance. That's called a harvest. That's not called you're a loser because you have too many vegetables. So I tried instead to think about all of these things that I wanted to do as a buffet, as something that I get to do, not that I have to do, something that I can choose from, not something that I'm obliged to shove down my throat until I explode in a cosmic explosion of art supplies and books. That's not how it's supposed to be. One thing I tried doing was I made a literal brain buffet for myself, and you can see that in this video. So reframing the struggle from a problem to, a benefit. It still bothers me that I probably still have more books than I can read before I actually freaking die. But trying to keep myself thinking that this is a harvest, this is an abundance of things that I love, things that I get to enjoy, and helping myself to do that at a reasonable rate. That's what I'm trying to focus on now. The fifth thing is figuring out, are you the problem? Maybe. A lot of the times I am the problem. Are you really the problem, or is it externally caused? The phone rings again. Somebody wants something. It's lunchtime, it's breakfast time. The cats are yelling at me. There's so many distractions in modern life that it's not always reasonable to be focusing. And so determine before you blame yourself, is it you, or should you just give it up and try another time? So to sum things up, in order to help yourself with your own distraction, figure out, are you overstimulated? Are you understimulated? Can you make your expectations more reasonable so that you're not just feeling like you're failing? Or actually, because you're not failing. Fourth point is can you reframe your the way you look at things so that it's more reasonable, so that it's more amenable to being happy, to being at peace with how you do things and how you see things. And finally, figuring out when you're the problem and when you are not the problem, and at least trying to do things when you have a good chance of doing it. Thank you for being here for my first video back in a long time. And if you've enjoyed this, you might want to check out this other video. Thank you again. Bye-bye.